Hey, welcome to Mystics Outlook, everyone. We got Raymond Lyons here. I'm Wilson Tarpey Jr. Happy vibes today. If you're a Mystics fan, objectively, of course, just a really good performance from them. Ray, want to hear from you. We saw their bench go for 51 today in this win. It's a front end of a back-to-back. They play the Wings again tomorrow, and you'll be in the building for that as well. But what happened tonight? Well, this afternoon, rather.
Mystics handled business, man. They did what you're supposed to do to a team that's as bad as deep on defense as the Wings are. They lit them up, and it was actually good to see them take advantage of that. I was not concerned, but I was interested to see how they were going to come out today. You know, of course, with Aaliyah being out, to see how they would respond because she's a big part of what they do on both ends of the floor, actually. But yeah, they came out, they executed perfectly. For the most part, you know, they were making shots, which always helped. They had a little bit of inopportune turnovers at time. Ariel had a really bad one in the backcourt that she tried to get it over Jason Sheldon's arms. She stilled it and turned it into an immediate three. But for the most part, they kept that pretty much under control. And they just went to work, man. They were decisive, a lot of off-ball movement, and they were sharing the ball really well, which led to some pretty good looks. And they were knocking them down and shooting them with confidence. And sometimes you need a game like this, you know. So moving forward, you know that the ball can actually go through the rim. So and they get them back in here tomorrow. I'm sure Dallas is going to come back with more concerted effort. But yeah, man, they just played a complete all-around game. They put up 97 points. I'm not sure, but I think that's the most they put up all season.
It is. The second high was Atlanta. I think they had 89 or something.
Yeah, so yeah, man, it's just good to see things flowing like this, and without the Ariel's been on kind of a tear lately, but she was relatively quiet today. It was everybody else getting into it, which that's kind of more encouraging because we know Ariel can get it going pretty much whenever she wants, but to see those other ladies kind of get into a feel and get into a rhythm and get some confidence and make some shots, that's going to carry over and be more substantive because Ariel's going to get her opportunities. But yeah, especially with them being even more short-handed now, they need the others to step in and carry the load as well. So yeah, man, not too much to complain about. Great game today. Hopefully they can repeat it tomorrow.
Like you said, there's I don't think there's anything to complain about outside of maybe the turnovers, but like even then, so I would say, we're always talking about how for the most part when they do turn the ball over, it always feels like it's a live ball turnover. It wasn't as bad today. Dallas got burned more by live turnovers than Washington did, and I just want to credit Washington's defense. It's hard to slow Arike Ogunbowale down. She had a long afternoon. And they did a good job just defensively getting stops. And then the pace that they, obviously if you're Dallas, you want to pound them inside because what they're missing inside. But Washington made sure, all right, if you're going to pound this inside, if you don't score, we're all off to the races. And shout out to Emily Engstler tonight. That was probably the best games of her career. You talked about confidence. I think that was huge for her going forward. So it's one of those players, we've talked, whether it's on the men's or the women's side, sometimes players that can do a lot of things, it's hard for them to find their role because they can do so many things. And today was a good display of how many different ways she can impact the game. And obviously it was good to see the three ball go down, but how many times was it her getting the board and pushing in transition? Obviously Maisha does that as well. And with Maisha, shout out to her for playing. She was questionable before the game, but huge night from Emily Engstler. I keep saying night by afternoon. And Melbourne, another good performance from her as well. But 51 points from the bench is crazy. We know their bench is ranked atop the league, near the top of the league, if not at the top of the league for their production. They killed today. They were amazing today. And like you said, the refreshing thing is Atkins been on a tear the past couple games. Not in this one, and it wasn't a problem at all. And shout out to her hitting the glass, 7 rebounds. Dolson, 16 points, 10 rebounds. And also for Ariel Atkins, she passed Elena Deladon and Crystal Langhorne to become the Mystics' 4th all-time leading scorer. So shout out to her for doing that, especially considering in a game where she had 7 points. But all right, Ray, player of the game.
I went Emily Anklin, man. The energy she came out with her first half, she got things going, and everybody else just followed suit. She saw her opportunity and took full advantage of it. She almost had a double-double, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 7 for 11 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, perfect from the line. I can't get much better than that. Kudos to her, man. Yeah, she gets my nod tonight.
That's no complaints here. Just I'm sure Mystic fans are hoping for an encore tomorrow, but it was just good to see her come out, have a great night. Hopefully the confidence continues. But man, she was amazing in this one, especially in the first half, and kept it up in the second half for them to get this W, man. Again, this is really weird because you look at their record. Team is 3-13, shouldn't have their bench scoring 50 points in a game. Doesn't, the math is weird with that one. But X Factor.
I went Stephanie Dawson. Dallas is not a small team, and the Mystics, they were thin up front, and with Aaliyah Edwards being out, they got even smaller. But Stephanie held it down, man. I wasn't sure how that rebounding battle was going to go, but the Mystics came out on top, and Stephanie had double-digit rebounds, and she played pretty solid defense. And along with the Mystics guards digging down really hard and making things difficult for Dallas bigs, that was a big part of it. But if it's no resistance on the backside to begin with, then that really doesn't matter. So, shout out to her, man.
Hey, look, once again, I agree with you. I thought she did a great job just getting to this spot first for the most part today. Obviously sometimes you get Tierra or Kalani and, Shaq position is a wrap already. But for the most part, she kept them out of that. And like you said, with the guards digging down or whatnot, just being big, honestly, just standing tall, offering resistance. And she had 16 and 10. Look, man, she out rebounded the Twin Towers they have over there. They had 5 boards. She had 10. Again, on an afternoon in which they were extremely thin up front when you take away the 2 youngsters that they have in their front court. So shout out to Dawson tonight. And all of her damage wasn't, from beyond the arc. Only hit 2 threes. She was in the paint with it. So all in all, good win for Washington. If you have nothing else to add, just interested to see if they can make it 2 in a row again. If they can make it 2 in a row come tomorrow. Have another opportunity. Obviously, I'm sure Enrique Gumbawale is not trying to have another 6 points. So it's probably anticipate her being a bit more aggressive or tomorrow at the very least. Natasha Howard had a solid game for them, but I just thought that Washington was really, really solid tonight. Again, 39% from the floor, 20 from 3 is what Dallas shot. So did a good job. Got to do it again. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you, Ray.